Let's begin with what has been happening here in India in the state of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu's post-election drama continues with C. Joseph Vijay and his party, the TVK, still scrambling to gather numbers. Remember, the TVK had emerged as the single largest party in the assembly polls but fell short of a majority mark. The governor, SR Arlekar, has declined to immediately invite Vijay to form the government, asking him to prove first that he has the numbers to form the next government. The TVK, remember, which won 108 seats, has effective strength of 107 as its leader Vijay won on 2 seats. Even with the support of 5 Congress MLAs elect, it remains short of the 118-seat mark. Vijay has reached out to smaller parties including CPI, CPM and VCK to secure the remaining numbers. Now, each of these parties have won 2 seats in the assembly elections. Reports suggest that he has also reached out to TTV Dinakaran's AIADMK, which has 1 seat. The TVK had extended its request for support to the Indian Union Muslim League through letters and direct communication as well. Meanwhile, the AIADMK has shifted 28 of its MLAs to a resort in Puducherry, fueling speculation of possible support negotiations. Reports say that some sections of the AIADMK may favor supporting the TVK in exchange for key posts, though AIADMK chief E. Palaniswamy has reportedly opposed this. There's also speculation that the DMK may offer support to Vijay. The party has passed a resolution stating that Tamil Nadu is not prepared for another election. The outgoing Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, meanwhile, has said that the DMK will allow Vijay to run the administration without interference for the first 6 months if he succeeds in forming the government. Some reports also claim that the DMK and AIADMK are considering joining hands to form a government. However, neither party has confirmed this. Some within both parties reportedly second this idea, but others fear that such a move could be seen as going against the people's mandate. Reports also suggest that every TVK MLA-elect might resign if either of the 2 Dravidian parties tried to stake claim to form the government. Meanwhile, the Congress is holding protests in front of the governor's house as well as across district headquarters in the state. The Tamil Nadu Congress has accused the centre and the governor of acting against the constitution and preventing Vijay from forming the government.
We are always upholding the constitutional values, democratic values, and our leader Rahul Gandhiji is lonely fighting to protect this. Now today there is an attack on democracy, there is an attack on constitution, there is an attack on the public mandate. For that purpose, to protest against these governors attacking the people's mandate, we are protesting all over Tamil Nadu.
Janata Party, on the other hand, says that the governor is taking time because the assembly verdict has thrown up a fractured mandate and he will go by the constitution. All right, let me go across to our correspondent Siddharth MP. He's joining us live from Chennai at the moment. Siddharth, this is getting interesting day by day, this entire political chessboard that is playing out in Tamil Nadu. Get us the latest what's happening. There have been certain MLAs that have been shifted to a resort in Puducherry by TVK. Then you've got the AIADMK, which has its own internal rift going on, whether to support the TVK or not. And the biggest report of them all and speculation whether the DMK and the AIADMK are coming together to support Vijay.
Indeed, the saga continues. Monday is when we heard the results, and then here we are on Friday evening continuing to discuss the Tamil Nadu politics developments because there is no government yet. We're just right outside the assembly, Tamil Nadu assembly, and here this place remains powerless because we don't know who will be in government next. So this kind of confusion continues, and for TVK, their bets are on the 3 small parties with 2 seats each. These are parties otherwise with very minimal significance in the state's political arena, but now all focus on these 3 parties. VCK leader Thirumavavan, a parliamentarian, has said that his party will be having an online meeting around 5 this evening, and they'll decide on their future course of action, and based on that they will announce their decision tomorrow. Likewise, the left parties are also contemplating what they wish to do. So if the left parties 4 seats and Thirumavavan's VCK 2 seats, if they put together have 6 seats and they consider what they want to do next, if they have a firm announcement that they will back the TVK, then I think it's pretty much done and Vijay can go ahead and form the government. he can show the numbers to the to the governor, and thereafter he can carry on. But the big uncertainty now is the decision of the VCK and the left parties, whether they will agree to support Vijay. Then there is also the other factor, like you pointed out, there's been some buzz about the DMK and AIADMK considering about burying the hatchet and coming together. But at the same time, many see this as a suicidal political move, because these have been two extreme poles of the Tamil Nadu political arena for the last 50 years. And Vijay campaigned very recently saying that these two parties are one and the same, and there's no major difference between the two. They're just two sides of the same coin and so on. And now finally, if these two parties, go for a very opportunistic move and decide to come together, then it would also affect their overall image that they're being just opportunists and they have no ideology or principles of their own. So they risk this kind of factors as well. And because of that, we'll have to wait to see if something of that sort really materializes. We're given to understand there were some discussions and proposals of that sort, but it's highly unlikely at the leadership level they would take such a call, because it dents the party's image altogether and it would only further galvanize support behind Vijay.
Siddharth, we're also getting a report, and I'd like your confirmation on this, that the VCK chief, Thirumavalavan, has said that they will be deciding and announcing what their stand is on this Saturday, that's tomorrow. This is also coming amid reports suggesting that he's perhaps upset with Vijay. Any confirmation on any of these?
Well, what we understand is Thirumavalavan had tweeted just a while ago that he will be holding an online meeting around 5 this evening. And following having that meeting, he'll come to a sort of discussion. He'll come to a conclusion on what his party has to say, what different functionaries of his party has to say. And based on that, the decision is expected tomorrow. But yes, there is one section of the TVK, of Thirumavalavan's VCK that has come and said that they've been initially upset the way Vijay had approached them, not by meeting them directly. It was all through telephone and messaging that Vijay had reached out to them, and they kind of felt that his approach was disrespectful, because if he really wanted support, the standard operating procedure is to meet and do it. That's how political courtesy usually operates. So they expected that Vijay would meet them and take things forward, but a section of VCK has been expressing their disappointment vocally that Vijay should have met them and ideally negotiated and got things done instead of doing things in this fashion. So yes, there seems to be some discontentment, but now that the state's larger interest, the state's governance itself remains in question, we'll have to see if these kind of minor issues will be put aside by the VCK and whether they finally take a call about going with the TVK itself.
Siddharth, one of the interesting statements that came from MK Stalin of the DMK is that, they'll figure out what to do next if Vijay is not able to form a government. There is, a lot of speculation whether DMK and AIADMK will join hands. And if they do not, the DMK might just end up, extending outside support. Any confirmation, anything on that we're looking at? Because this remains a very complex situation with a lot of players which have a lot at stake.
The recently passed resolution has given all powers to its president MK Stalin to take any urgent decisions in the interest of the party. So that is one thing we'll have to consider. At the same time, the DMK has maintained a very firm stance that they absolutely respect the people's mandate. There is no two ways about that. They respect the people's mandate, they acknowledge it, and they bow down to it. This is something that the DMK has firmly acknowledged, and they believe that at least for 6 months, Vijay needs to be given a chance. So for 6 months, we cannot expect any major intervention from the DMK, because this is a principled stance to take. This is a party that was hoping to continue in power. They already had five years in power. They were hoping to continue in power, but the kind of drubbing they've received is such that the chief minister, the sitting chief minister, was defeated in his own constituency by a relatively unknown candidate from the TVK, although he was a politician with roots in AIADMK and DMK in the past. The fact is, the sitting chief minister losing to a non-entity itself is quite a big, remarks on the kind of verdict that has been given by the people. So in this regard, we can't expect the DMK to come and obstruct the TVK or any of their TVK's plans in the near future, because that would only go on to dent DMK's future itself, because now this kind of a mandate that the people have given is ample testimony to what the people feel. So now I think DMK would follow a wait and watch strategy and perhaps give Vijay 6 months time and then see what they can do. And DMK's role right now, they've mentioned as a party that they would like to play the role of a responsible opposition. So under such circumstances, it would be highly unlikely, a merger with the AIADMK or that sort of outside support for AIADMK. That looks unlikely, because that's a suicidal move for both parties. They've fought each other for 5 decades. There's been instances of violence. There's been attacks inside the assembly, all of this.
Yeah.
And, to bury the hatchet and to go back 50 years and then hit rewind and then shake hands, it's kind of too hard to imagine that happening. And that would give them the image of being absolute opportunists and people with no principles or, core ideologies. Because these are parties that are known for ideology. If they were to do that, then their future prospects remain a big question mark.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what happens today and, of course, over the weekend. I'll leave it there. Siddharth, thanks very much for joining us at the moment and getting us the latest from Tamil Nadu.